Hello, my name is Martin Cordoba, and today I will be presenting to you my hurdle task 1. So my scenario is number 5, which is Year 9 students Gavin and Stacey have not stopped talking to each other since the class began 10 minutes ago. The class is working in small groups. They are both in the same group. And during this, Stacey announces, "This is boring, we all hate group work, why do we have to do this?" The groups have been working on this task for the last week, and Gavin and Stacey's group presentation is due next lesson. In front of the class, they ask for an extension to complete it. So the key words here are not stop talking, working in small groups, announces, "This is boring, we all hate group work, and why do we have to do this?" So the two theoretical approaches which I'll today be analysing include Discipline through Pragmatic Classroom Management by Harry and Rosemary Wong, and the Approach to Classroom Discipline and Management by Bill Rogers. So the Wong and Wong theory is highly scientific and pragmatic. It's of the belief that students crave discipline and structure. The more capable the teacher, the more effective the learning environment. The main problem in teaching is not poor discipline, but classroom management. The single most important factor governing student learning is not discipline, but how a teacher manages a classroom. Structure and routine need to be implemented from the first minute of teaching the class. And for cooperative group work, groups function as support groups, as each member of the group functions as a support buddy. Children also need lots of support. Instead of isolating them with seat work, they need to be surrounded with support buddies and taught how to support each other, with each person in the group having a specific job to do. So the procedure for this is 1. Be responsible for your own work and behaviour. 2. Ask a support buddy for help if you have a question. 3. Help any support buddy who asks for help. And 4. Ask for help from the teacher only when support buddies cannot supply it. Now, in terms of the Bill Rogers approach, he utilises calm, clear directional language and brief descriptive cues, such as settling down everyone, a confident calmness, not behaving in a cocky or arrogant manner, gives a student the possibility of 2 options, and it's up to them if they want to disobey outside these 2 options and suffer the consequences, and tactically ignoring a student if they are dramatising a situation. Preventative strategies are also used with the aim to maximize the rate of occurrences of positive behaviors, reducing the number of inappropriate behaviors to be corrected. This includes establishing clear rules within a classroom behavior agreement, establishing related behavior consequences, developing a positive classroom tone, and adopting a decisive teaching style. The aim of all discipline is directed towards enabling students to A. Own their own behavior and be accountable for their behavior choices. B. Respect the rights of others to learn. And C. Build a workable relationship with students even when teachers have to discipline them. Now, in terms of my plan of action, I agree with Wong and Wong's theory, and I agree with Bill Rogers' theory, but to a slightly lesser extent. I just think that in terms of this scenario, the Wong and Wong theory is better in its structure and practicality, and so for that reason it would work a little bit better. However, I do agree with elements of Bill Rogers' theory, so I'm going to implement a mixture of both. So I would reiterate to Gavin and Stacey that they have to take responsibility for their own work and behaviour in their group. I would remind them that they each have a specific role to play in completing their presentation. In clear directional language, I would give Stacey the option to settle down, otherwise she will be told to wait outside. I would remind her that everyone in the class is here to learn and not to be disrupted. I would then tactically ignore Stacey if she continues to complain and behave in a disruptive manner. Now, depending on how Stacey's behaviour continues to escalate, if it gets much worse, I may have to rethink if I'm going to continue to tactically ignore her. So when she settles down, I could have a talk with Stacey and Gavin together about the problems that they are facing with completing their group work on time. Although late, if they do not work well together, it could be worth switching them into other groups which they may be more compatible with, which could be of benefit to them in terms of not distracting them. So what I could do is maybe interchange them with other group members. I could put one of them into another group and maybe switch a group member from one of those groups in with them and see how that works. I would then remind them of the classroom rules and policy which have been implemented and that they will not receive extensions. So everyone's received the assignment with the same guidelines and with the same conditions. And so it's expected that everybody has to complete the work within the time frame and that there will be no extensions because of this. So thank you for listening, and here are my references.